This is slide of the tooth. The correct magnification is about 10x of the total magnification. But we'll look for the various features of the portion and parts of the tooth. So before we zoom in, this post-portion is what you look up someone's tooth. That's known as the crown. And the next region down right here, this area just covered by the gum, is known as the neck. This is the neck. And typically the neck lines up with this area, which is the gingiva, or basically your gums. Once you go below that, this whole area down here, it's known as the root of the tooth. So if you start to zoom a little bit, I got up to this upper portion here. Now you're starting to see some of the individual cells located here. This is your stratified squamous of the gingiva or your gums. But this is exposed portion, this outside edge, this very hard surface that is known as an enamel. The enamel now it's going to be basically the hardest substance in your body. Is very, very hard, very, very solid. That's your enamel. Below the enamel is going to be your dentin, and the dentin is a little bit softer, but still gives you a nice structural support. Below that, that's the center portion of your tooth. This known as a pulse cavity. And so we have the outside covering as the enamel. Underneath is the dentin with the pulse cavity in the center. And the tooth, it's being anchored in or held in place by this very thin pale line. So I'm gonna really zoom in here. This very thin space here is where you're gonna find cementum. This cementum located here is not only the substance helping to anchor the teeth in place, there are also ligaments which you really can't see from the staining from this slide, but these are called your periodontal ligaments. They run from the tooth to the bone, and this is going to be the actual bone where the tooth is anchored into. So you have the tooth on both sides anchored into this structure, the bone, from ligaments, which are your periodontal ligaments, and cementum helping to hold it in place. All the way down to the very tip. Can you see the bones encased into the entire tooth cavity here? So this is a slide of a tooth encased in the bone.